Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of this Glory Hunter series. We are into October of our first season with Newcastle United, and we've already been knocked out of the League Cup. That means that the Premier League and the FA Cup are the only competitions possibly we could win. We are, of course, pushing to try and get European qualification for next season as well. So hopefully next year we can go on to win some trophies. We are going to start with the goals. Before we get into the highlights, we're going to start with the goals from the games we've already played this season. And we're starting with a defeat away to Liverpool. As you'll see here, Alexander Isak did score for us in the 88th minute, but it was too little too late as Newcastle had scored their second goal just minutes before, and we didn't have enough in us to try and get back into the game. As we see here, Salah bringing the ball into central with Alexander Arnold finding Luis Diaz to make it 1-0 12 minutes into the first half. Later on in the second half, we see Robertson and Alexander Arnold combining. The ball comes across to Szoboszlai, and it's a poor goal to concede, really. I feel like we should have done better in defence. As we can see here, Virgil van Dijk and Alexander Arnold mixing up their passes, giving the ball straight to Alexander Isak to score a late consolation. Second defeat of the season coming against the second team in the league. We then went on to play Man City in the next game. Lloyd Kelly scored an own goal. We didn't score in that game. I'm not going to bother showing you that because who really cares. Following that, there was an international break, and we returned to domestic action with a 3-1 win away to Crystal Palace. As you can see there, 2 goals coming late on in stoppage time. We were winning 1-0. We did concede a goal in the 90-plus first minute, but Isak restored the advantage. We were winning 2-0. Get myself mixed up now. We see here Isak with a first-time volley from the edge of the box in the 22nd minute. Incredible goal. Sandro Tonali then scoring from a direct free kick as well. Another fantastic goal as well. As they then whipping in a corner late into early stoppage time, which was scored by Will Hughes. And Sandro Tonali finding Trippier and a lovely pass through to Alexander Isak from Bruno Guimaraes, giving us a 3-1 victory. We decided to move Sandro Tonali into this more defensive midfield position, and it has to be said he has performed so much better already. As you will have seen from previous episodes, Tonali is a little bit of an anomaly. I couldn't quite get him to work as we'd like it in that more central midfield position, but we've swapped him and Bruno Guimaraes, and Tonali is performing much better as a defensive midfielder. We're about to play Southampton now in the last game of the month. We still have a few injury concerns. Lewis Hall was making his way back. He didn't get into the first team yet. He was on international duty with England under 21s and suffered a broken ankle, so he's out for 3, possibly 4 months. Matt Targett also then sustained a hernia injury, so he is out for up to 5 weeks. So Jamal Lewis has been deputising for us in left back, and he's actually been doing pretty well. I have to say, I have to give him credit on that. Sven Botman is injured as well. Got injured also on international duty, so he's coming on the team. It means we have to bring Jamal Lascelles into the bench, which I'm not really keen on because I've kind of lost all love for Jamal Lascelles after 1 or 2 bad games. Anthony Gordon also suffered from an injury at the minute, so we're going to bring Almiron in on the wing, and we will bring in Kuol in on the bench as well. So a relatively strong team where our central midfield is kind of back to where it was. Defensively, we're still kind of struggling a little bit here and there. We need to give him a squad number, give him number 20. But we are about to play against Southampton. Hopefully we can keep this little bit of good form we've kind of regained against Crystal Palace. And we do have a few games coming up after this that should be winnable. They're fairly, at the risk of sounding pretentious about it, they are easier teams to play against. I think we should be winning those games. But we're kicking off against Southampton in their change kit. Of course, we are at home. Southampton haven't just been promoted this season, and 16 seconds in, they have already taken the lead. It's just a poor bit of defending, really, is the only way to describe it. We see here Stevens plays a nice ball to Sugawara, finds Walker Peters, and a first-time pass over into Cameron Archer. He takes a volley from what's that, about 12 yards out, and absolutely drills it past Odysseus. Really, we should have been marking him so much better there. That's really poor defending. Just caught napping in the first 16 seconds. And we've paid the price. We are still holding on to a fifth place position at the minute. That, of course, could all change at the end of the game week. As we see Aston Villa and West Ham level on points with us. Aston Villa, the fixtures have gone now, so we can't see if they're playing. Almiron to take a free kick. Advanced position, finds Joel and goes back to Harry Barnes, and we're back in at 1-1, 24 minutes in. It's a good response. Would have liked an earlier response than that, but you know what, we're back in it. We have scored, so we're doing okay here. It's a nice header. I'm not sure if Joel Linton wins that header or it's a clearance by a defender. Harvey Barnes from the edge of the box drills it low and hard into the corner. Looking at the fixtures here, West Ham are 1-0 up against Brentford. Aston Villa currently playing against Liverpool, so Liverpool may do us a little bit of a favour there. If they can beat Aston Villa, we will open up a little bit of a gap against them. Almiron with another free kick again into the back post. Again, it's cleared. Harvey Barnes pick it up at the edge of the box, but the ball is cleared. Livermento with a really poor header there, gives it straight to Cameron Archer. Comes back to Kyle Walker-Peters. Looking to find Lallana. Southampton retaining the ball really well here. It's intercepted by Harvey Barnes. Going to come back inside for Jamal Lewis. The two of them playing a 1-2. Jamal Lewis goes down the left wing. Cuts it back again to Barnes. Goes for Isak. The ball's clear. Livermento coming up the right hand side this time. Could have got the cross in, but decided to cut back and go outside. Almiron again looking for that back post. And Bruno Guimaraes is there to head us into the lead. I really feel like Livermento here should have done better. Should have got the crossover, but you know what? He goes back, finds Almiron, and he dinks out a lovely cross into Bruno, who's making that late break into the box to give us an advantage. Almiron doing well out there already in what I think might be his first start of the season, actually. He has played minutes off the bench, but he's been a little bit kind of bit part for us, really. 2-1 up at half time. We've done well, controlling possession, keep it going. Yeah, everybody's delighted with that. That's good. Greens all around. That's what we like to see. We are kind of pushing Southampton back a little bit. Kyle Walker-Peters has been their most advanced player, which kind of says a lot, really. There's a big long ball forward. Says, where are you going? Find Fabian Schär. Goes back to the goalkeeper again. Goes left to Jamal Lewis. It's on a booking. We might need to look at bringing him out. Tonali moving forward. Looks for Joe Linton. Nice little link up with the midfield trio there to Bruno Guimaraes. Harvey Barnes finds the net. 5th goal of the season. That's a great finish. Nice little bit of football in the midfield by Tonali, Joe Linton and Guimaraes. As we see here, Guimaraes with a first time pass in the channel to Barnes. Brings it forward and drills it into the far corner. Ramsdale probably would have felt he could have done better there. But you know what? I don't care. Gives us a 3-1 lead. I'm very, very pleased with that. Almiron having a really good game, playing off 7.1. He's got an assist already. He's carrying a yellow card, mind you. We may want to look at maybe changing him. Isak not really involved. We've got 20 minutes left. Will we make 5 changes at one time? I guess that maybe a little bit risky. Dan Burn, maybe we'll bring you in for left back. Maybe should we bring you in the centre back and put Lloyd Kelly in full back? Lewis Miley, I'll bring you in here. Very cool. Do you know what? I'll bring you in because Almiron has had a very good game, but he hasn't played a lot of games either. I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to bring out Isak, and I can. Do you know what? I'll just hold off on making my little final substitution just yet. I'll make 4 changes now. Tonali to take a corner. It's going deep. It's cleared. Phil recovers the ball. Looks to find Lloyd Kelly. He's going to have a go. He's going to score. Lloyd Kelly gets on the score sheet. Looks like get on the bench there. Lloyd Kelly with a nice finish. Very similar to Harvey Barnes. Kual picks up the loose ball here. Looks straight for Lloyd Kelly, who's just in acres of space, and he's allowed that channel to open up And that's a nice finish from the centre back turn fullback. So this is turning into an excellent performance and excellent result. Aston Villa and Liverpool are drawn currently. We got one sub to make. Who will we bring in? Do we bring in maybe? We'll bring in Jacob Murphy. Oh, Sandro Tonali struggling. Do you know what? We'll bring Bruno down in here. We'll bring Joe Willock into here. I think moving Sandro Tonali into that more defensive midfield position has really done wonders for him. Harvey Barnes now to go back to Dan Burn, goes back into Bruno Guimaraes. Lovely ball into Harvey Barnes. The first time shot has gone over the bar. He has on 2 goals. That would have been his hat trick. But yeah, playing Sandro Tonali in defensive midfield instead of a central midfield, I think has worked really well for him. With Ismaili now moving forward, finds Harvey Barnes. We'll try and take on Harwood Bellis, but basically just gives the ball straight to him. Ball's gone long. Tino Livramento was a poor clearance, really. Maybe should have taken that down. I think he had time to do so. Charlie Taylor looks up the wing, finds Manning. Gets a ball across. It's a good finish. Suspicion of offside. I think he might have maybe just creeped off. Yeah. We get away with that one a little bit. We held a good defensive line. I think we allowed him just to go on ahead, and you can see just about in the top corner. But he is offside. Harvey Barnes struggling a little bit, Guimaraes struggling, but you know what? We've won 4-1. That's a good result at home to Southampton. Well done, lads. That was good for us. And what does that do to the table? As we can see here, we stay in 5th. We're only 1 point behind Brighton. Brighton here in 4th, and Arsenal here in 4th as well. Both of them also haven't played their games. Man City kind of run away with it a little bit now. 7 wins in 7 games. Sorry, 10 wins in 10 games. They're not even undefeated. They have a 100% record. After they beat Wolves 1-0. Liverpool did beat Aston Villa 2-1, which is good for us. West Ham did beat Brentford, so they are creeping up behind us. But we've opened a little bit of a cushion here now, which is good to see. We do play Ipswich in our next game, and follow that by Wolves and then by Aston Villa as well, which may be a little bit of a tough game for us, we would expect. So that is it for October. As we will have seen there, we've had some good results as well as some poor results. We did play the top 2, which maybe we should have expected not to win those. It would have been nice to get a draw, maybe to get a point from maybe one of those games at least anyway. But against the top 2, having lost, I think that's okay. We can accept that certainly at these early stages. But we did follow that up with 7 goals in the next 2 games against Crystal Palace and Southampton. So into next month we have the 3 games. There is of course the international break in November, so we have Ipswich, Wolves and Aston Villa in the next month. Hopefully we can come away with 9 points from those games. We'll certainly wait and see. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this Glory Hunter series so far. There will obviously be a lot more to come from this. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit that subscribe button. Please do like, share, comment as well. We would love to hear your feedback. And please of course tell your friends. That is it for this episode. We will be back in the next episode. Until then, thank you and take care.